our owners. Our owners are amazing. You know, the freedom they give to their employees, whether you're a player, a coach, a manager, a board member, whatever you are at the club, the freedom they give you to express yourself and work and do your thing, and the trust they have in you. You know, that's what's kind of made Leicester very, very special, I feel.
Well, I mean, taking it forward, obviously, after that, I know 2018 was obviously such a sad year for the club. Obviously, your chairman with a helicopter crash, and that really did seem to affect you badly. You seem to have a really strong relationship with him, and obviously the people that were involved in that crash.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was horrible. I mean, we kind of had these traditions. Each player, I think, if you ask, they had these traditions with the chairman. You know, whether it was a handshake or it was a little joke about something or other, and you know, I had my little internal jokes with him about different things. But a lot of the time, I always had a lot of guests at games, and you know, they always wanted to come and see the pitch after, you know, after games. So I used to, you know, go in the dressing room after the games and do whatever gym needs to be done, get changed, and then go out and meet my guests, and then bring him out to the pitch. And a lot of the times, obviously, the helicopter was on the pitch. And we used to, you know, everyone used to have photos with it. And I used to see the chairman a lot of the time, and he, you know, say goodbye, have a little chat about the game, whatever. And it was, you know, that night we played West Ham was no different. I remember the only difference I kind of remember was he wasn't sat in his normal place. He was sat up in his box, but he was sat on his own. I remember seeing that just as I came out for the second half. And then I was stood on the sideline there with a couple of guests, and as he took off, and we waved him off, said goodbye, and then what happened, and I ran out. Obviously on the other side of the stadium, I ran out and ran around the stadium. As I came around the corner, I heard it land and felt the kind of the fireball, and tried to get close to the helicopter, and it was just the heat of it was just it was outrageous. And I remember, I think it was one of our security guards that had followed me, that had run after me, that kind of rugby tackled me away, tried to start pulling me away from it, and he tried, a couple of other people tried, did some of the ground staff, but there was nothing really to be done, and it was disbelief. It was
when you was actually going to try and
everyone was trying to get in to see if you could. The problem was it was on its side, so the only way you could see through was through the cockpit, because you couldn't get up to the actual door. But the heat of it was so intense that, you know, it just blew you away, and it was a horrible experience. And just that night, I was meant to fly home that evening to see my kids. It was my son's birthday, and he was in Denmark at the time, and obviously I couldn't travel, couldn't be flying anywhere, and I just didn't know what to do. So I was at the stadium till about probably 6 a.m. and didn't know where to go, didn't know what to do. It was a horrible experience, and to see his staff, the staff that he brought with him, all the people that we see every single day, the heartbreak of them, and obviously the lads finding out you know, I was there, and I think a couple of lads knew I was there, so they were texting me, what's happened, what's going on, and I was just trying to. I didn't know exactly if anyone had survived, but I was pretty sure no one could. But I didn't want to be the one saying, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so I was like, I honestly don't know. We tried to get close, but we couldn't tell anything. The emergency services are there now. So yeah, everyone was heartbroken, and the period following was, it was numbness, and you know, I don't really know how to describe it.
No, well, you described it. You know,
it was such a.
You can see. I mean, I remember, Kasper, seeing you. You were almost the person that I looked at, because you seemed so close in terms of to the whole family, and the respect they had for all of you as players as well. But it almost seems in a strange way to have brought you even closer. And that's what the start of this conversation that we've had. You said it's a family club,
yeah.
And I think that's why everybody respects Leicester and what you have done, and the players and the chairman. In this day and age, it doesn't happen.
No.
You know, most of the time you don't really have a relationship with the chairman, but you guys all seem to have like a togetherness, and that's why it's such a family club.
That's why, you know, I've been studying leadership for a few years now, and you know, you talk about the ultimate kind of leaders and things like that, and you look at someone like Khun Vichai. I always come back to this, that when you have what you'd call FU money, you know, you can do what you want in this world. There's nothing stopping you to doing anything. I've met a lot of people with that kind of money, and they are very nice people, some of them. But he chose to be different. He chose to be nice. He chose to invite a group of people into his family. And that group of people was the entire Leicester organisation. It's not just the players and the coaches. You know, he greeted everyone in the same way. He had respect for absolutely every single person in that building that was a Leicester City employee, a fan, anyone. I don't think you will meet anyone with a negative experience of Khun Vichai. And Khun Vichai obviously has brought that onto his family in Khun Top and all his other children, you know, and they were there, they were present, they were in the dressing rooms, at the training ground. You see them, and you see that this means something to them. This isn't just you know an investment, because
a toy. It's not a toy.
No, it's not. It's definitely not a toy. This was a passion project. This was something he loved, something his family loved. He shared with his family, and I think seeing Top, the way he handled that situation in the most impossible of circumstances, with the strength, the grace, the dignity, to be able to come to the stadium the day after what had happened and to speak to the players and help console the players as we were trying to console him, you know, to actually have that presence of mind to be able to do that shows unbelievable character, you know, and it's a testament to himself. It's a testament to his family, his father, how he brought him up, you know, and you know, it was a moment of utter sorrow and distress, but a moment of incredible pride.
Yeah.
Because how you react, again, we go back to how you react in these situations. Just, you know, that tells you what you are, you know. Yeah. And we had some amazing times, in the sense of, I call them amazing because you see the full spectrum of human emotion, you know, and everyone kind of had their moment where they went and they were crying their eyes out. And you ask yourself, for someone who's not your family member by blood, to be able to cry that much, and that means that person has had a
incredible effect on you.
He's had a profound impact on you. And he's now, and always has been, but even more so now, he's the example to every single Leicester player. That's how you act. You know, you may say footballers get paid a lot of money and they're out of touch with reality. This guy had more money than any footballer on the planet, but he was completely in touch with reality. He knew what being a good person meant, and that's the example that we try to emulate, try and follow.
We can see the respect, obviously, of the family, and probably in a way you guys were so good for them as well, because in such a difficult time you all managed to come together, and sometimes that helps with the pain. So I'm sure they respect what you guys did as well. So it's incredible, Kasper, in such a difficult time. And then, you know, obviously after that, you got Claude Puel was the manager, and then, you know, from a lighter note as well, with Brendan coming in, then Brendan seems to have done a great job. And again, you talk about a family and the respect to the club. He seems to really understand that as well.
He does. I mean, for Brendan to come in a situation like he did, to a club that's grieving and mourning, having not met Khun Vichai himself, the way he's handled it and conducted himself is just amazing. I remember I actually met Brendan on holiday